And Are You Okay is a not safe for work podcast, so any young listeners are discouraged from continuing. However, we literally have no way to track that, so do whatever the hell you want and enjoy the show.
Us the
B-roll for days.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It gives us the impression that like we actually know what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's always key, is to fake it till you make it on, especially a Star Wars podcast, because who would listen to something like that?
That's the facade. Is
too
like,
serious.
You got to be so good at it that you can fake like you're not good at it, faking like you're good at it. That's how.
Exactly. That's almost like what we're doing right now.
You know.
Mike, I've never even seen Star Wars. I've been lying to you this whole time.
Double entendre. Don't ask me now.
You know what's funny? Me either. I've never watched a damn one. It's all
wait. This isn't a Star Trek podcast?
Live long and prosper.
I can't even do it.
I gotta go, guys. I came in the wrong shit. My bad.
Wait. Now that since this got brought up on Ceebs, I need you to tell the story about how we tricked our friend into thinking that Star Wars was Star Trek.
I forgot about
the Force
that.
Awakens preview.
I didn't even really do anything.
Shit.
I didn't even really do anything. It was this girl we were friends with in high school, and she was much cooler than we are. And I can't remember. She lived in California, I think, at the time, Mike, and she was like working for some company that got to go to the Force Awakens like premiere. So she saw it like
she was a Star Trek.
She saw it like
she's like, I don't know anything about Star Wars. Like, I want to fit in.
Yeah,
tell me what's up.
she told she was seeing it like a full 2 days ahead of us, and I could tell Mike was ready to go. So I was like, "Yo, I gotta beat him to it." And I dove in. And I was like, "Yeah, so this guy Captain Kirk, right?" Just like right out.
Fucking hilarious.
So we just kept dropping her like all these Star Trek like things. We're like, don't forget to tell everyone live long and prosper. And like, I think by that point the emoji had come out for Spock's like thing.
She texted us back like 2 hours later. She's like, "You guys are dicks."
I love it. That's a great way to open the podcast.
We're still kind of friends today. Love you if you're listening, Nicole. Doubt it.
That's awesome. Hi, Nicole.
But, hi, Nicole.
I'm sorry they did that to you.
I'm not. It was great. Ceebs and I will die for the bit. Anyways,
I love it.
You were listening to Annie, Are You Okay?
Annie, Are You Okay podcast.
Star Wars. Damn it, Matt.
I forgot we were supposed to join in on the last part. I was so excited.
A Star Wars podcast.
A Star Wars podcast.
Talking Mando, Season 3, Episode 2. The
Star Wars podcast. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. my Wi-Fi.
What have I done? I should have never brought you two together.
It was a delay.
The Wi-Fi, it's no good.
This is what I get for making Ceebs tell a story about that time we tricked Nicole.
I love it.
All right.
What's up, fellas? How are you feeling?
Oh my guys, it's been a week. Doing? I missed you guys. We back.
I know we are back.
Episode duh.
And I am fr, which is short for fried and ready to roll. Not really. I wish I was high for this. Anyways,
I was about to tell shit. You too, my man.
Weird thing to lie about, though, Mike. It's like you're an adult. You can just do it if you want to.
I would have believed you. Like, I was fully on board.
Someone has to keep us in line here, and it's my job to do so.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be me.
I encourage. I mean, Matt, you're not the one who's taking us on 8-minute-long Tucker Carlson tirades.
Look, I encourage all the bad decisions.
I'll be honest with you guys. I had a few drinks before the last episode.
Yeah, don't say. Weren't you drinking on the episode?
It was on the edge of the camera, right?
It definitely was there. I was like, I know an old fashioned when I see one.
No, it's all
So,
good.
anyways, I need to make that shirt ASAP. But we are back. We're going to talk about Mando Season 3. Before we get into it, I need to go on a little bit of a tangent already, I know, even though we've already had like 2 or 3. But the best show you're not watching right now is Star Wars The Bad Batch.
Such a good show.
What an incredible episode that came out yesterday. I can't speak highly enough about it. If you are more into the live action,
I'm halfway through it, don't spoil it.
I get it, but it is just, it's getting to a point where I'm like, wow, the content in these animated shows is getting really dark, a place I was not expecting to go.
I love it.
It's a medium. It's not just for kids. Just, I'm telling you, some of the best Star Wars is in animation. So if you haven't listened to Bad Batch, give it a chance. Just give it a shot. You know,
watch it too if you feel like it. Don't just listen to it.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Do both.
the audio format's really fucking me up right now, but we're back.
Listen to the audio, then watch the visual muted, and then do it both the third time. Changes the experience. It changes the whole experience.
That's optimum.
You really feel it. You feel the accents.
Exactly. And that wasn't really a rant. You just kind of made a statement.
It's okay. You know what? It's true. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like, in reality, it's just like they're getting to these dark places that I wasn't expecting. And, some of the characters are just so compelling. You would think that a character that has the same face across a bunch of characters would not be compelling. And they've done 2 shows now where they just, D. Bradley Baker does an incredible job differentiating these guys and giving everyone a unique feel and character arc. And, I just like every week I'm like, wow, they're really pushing the envelope from an animation perspective, but also from like a performance perspective. And then the writing just continues to go to a place. And it's like, this is at the height of kind of like Palpatine's deception, because he got rid of the Jedi, but he still has to trick everybody else into believing that the Empire was the right choice. And we're kind of like finally getting to see like the beginnings of that, and how the stormtroopers are coming to be, and how the clones are getting phased out, and how fucked up that is. So it's like a political thriller at this point. In the vein that Andor felt kind of like that too. If you really liked Andor, like Bad Batch is content that takes place a little bit earlier in the timeline that I feel like has a similar vibe now that they've entered season 2. So definitely check it out.
And it connects a lot of like important things for like people who are super invested that they might not have the time to do in a movie. So it's just like, oh, when did they explain that? Like they explained it in the Bad Batch.
It's
like
true.
Things
and
like
I mean,
that.
I've been saying this for years, but the Clone Wars makes all the prequel movies even better.
Hell yeah.
And then if you're not familiar, Tales of the Jedi is like a short series done by that same team, and in just 45 minutes they flesh out Count Dooku's character to the point where you're like, oh wow, this guy's really important. And
yep.
I kind of think twice about him now that I'm like going back through this. And they even were able to pull Liam Neeson out of retirement to come in and do Qui-Gon's voice. So Bryce Dallas Howard's in there as Yaddle. Yaddle, Ceebs.
Oh man,
that's what I'm talking about.
He said you had me at Yaddle.
I know I had him at Yaddle.
Yaddle's
waiting for
Yaddle's
Yaddle
fine now.
No, Tales of the Jedi was really good.
Yeah, more things for us to break down in future episodes. But while we are here, there's a lot of content, but the content we are focusing on today is Mando Season 3, Episode 2. This is the second time I've introed it. But we're here. We're on
Star Wars
Tatooine,
podcast.
We're never gonna start this thing. I'm just gonna jump into it. Pelly is on Tatooine, and she's ripping off Rhodians.
As she
love
does.
that she's still missing a tooth from.
I was about to say the missing tooth.
And she's swindling people. I guess maybe she struck up a new relationship with a new Jawa lover, because she's getting them to do the dirty work for him, stealing parts so she can fix it in a second and sell it back on Buta Eve of all holidays. Can you believe that?
The disrespect, man.
When Anakin got his freedom. What an anniversary.
I do. One big thing I want to call out is that when they don't have the IG-11 like memory part, she says no chance cubes instead of no dice, and I was like, this is a great fucking callback to the Phantom Menace. I was a big fan of that.
Yeah, Mike, I've never seen you hate a character more than that person.
She's growing on me.
Yeah?
She's growing on me.
Okay, I'm proud of you, man. That's very mature of you.
I know. I really didn't like her at the beginning of, like, in Mando Season 1 and Mando Season 2, I was still like, but in Book of Boba Fett, when they go through that whole montage of fixing up the N1 starfighter, she really started to grow on me.
Seeing a humanoid speak Jawa is a little unsettling to me, though. It just looks weird. I don't know.
Yeah, the way her mouth moves
is like
unnatural.
Damn, I made that Darth Vader joke and I almost died.
That's what you get for ripping the bong on the podcast, man.
Look, bro. I shouldn't have made that joke about Anakin's freedom. My bad. Slavery's not funny. My bad, Annie. Woo, shit.
Annie was not okay.
Annie was not okay. He just almost took me out the game.
Force choking from afar.
Bro, shit. My man is strong. The Force is strong with this one.
Like,
but I'm alive.
We gotta get the podcast insurance before the next episode, man.
I know I'm pushing that off, but I don't want Matt to die on the spot.
Oh, no. I'm back.
Damn.
I'm back.
That was a long pause. I was like, damn, is he okay?
You know, it's bad when Ceebs felt the need to step in and
I was like,
stop talking about
there's
the plot.
no way for me to articulate. Just keep going. I'm gonna be all right. I'm glad I got to the mute button in time. I was like, oh shit.
This has been the most derailed but best 10 minutes, I think, of the podcast.
All right, so humans talking Jawa. Yeah.
Humans talking Jawa. Yeah. That doesn't look natural.
No, it's funny. I thought this shit was hilarious.
And then she's like, does it all, but then spits out memory unit at the end.
Yeah,
which I feel like is such a Spanglish type thing, where, like, you know what I mean? That they'll just speak completely different language.
And then say the word.
My mom speaks to my grandmother in Italian, like, all the time, and, like, I feel like that's what she'll do too. Is like every once in a while I'll be like, I have no idea what she's saying to her, and then all of a sudden you'll hear like remote control. Okay.
Chrysler, like what? Buying a new car? What's going on here? But Mikey, I know you would know. Was that R4, R5, R5? Was that the same R5?
It is.
From New Hope?
From A New Hope, who has motivator is busted. Is
had a bad motivator.
Had a bad motivator. Couldn't. It just was depressed. Wasn't taking
he's not doing
its
shit.
medicine. Nah, it was just like, oh man, what's life? And then it just kills itself on the spot. When in reality, it sacrifices itself because it was another droid serving for the rebellion, and it does that so that R2 gets.
I was gonna say, isn't there like a theory, or not a theory? It's like in one of the comics that R2 was like, "Yo, don't let them take you. They need to take you."
Yeah. So there's this great collection of books, and there's actually a new one coming out for Return of the Jedi called A Certain Point of View. And what it is it's 40 different stories for the 40th anniversary of. They did one for A New Hope, they did one for Empire, and now they're doing one for Return of the Jedi because it's turning 40 this year. But I believe that is where it is. If it's not, then it's Legends. But yeah, he blows himself up so that R2 gets bought instead, so that he can bring the Death Star plans to the Rebellion. Same R5 unit.
That's dope.
They give him a personality, and he's apparently skittish as fuck. So it plays for some comedic moments, but I do think it's really funny that Mando was trying to revive like an assassin droid, and instead he gets like stuck with a scaredy cat who's like not even willing to go down into the surface of Mandalore.
Nah, I was cracking up like when she was shitting on him at first, but then she peeped he needed a droid, and then she started like complimenting. He was like, "Wait, you just told me this droid's a piece of shit." She's like, "No. I was kidding. I was lying then."
Yeah, it definitely makes sense for the story, but I was kind of hoping that she would send the BD unit, the one from the Fallen Order.
That'd have been dope.
That'd been dope.
Is that Cal's BD or is that just
I don't
a
think
BD?
it is.
It's probably
I think it's
ABD.
ABD. Yeah. And the thing is that they're meant for archaeology. Like, that's the function of that droid. So I feel like it would have made sense, but, story point, they send R5, clear callback to A New Hope, which is probably why they did it. And so, they make their way to Mandalore, which, for all intents and purposes that we know, this place is not livable, not breathable. we don't know what's down there. All we know is that it's been destroyed. We get that great montage in Book of Boba Fett of the TIE bombers kind of taking it out, and the very Terminator 2, I believe, reference where the K2 droids are like walking through. Yeah, exactly.
What if that's what they were saying as they're walking through, just killing Mandalorians?
So we don't know what it looks like, and all we have as like a reference is the fact that Mando brought a piece of like glassed earth with like Mandalorian text on it to the armor in the previous episode. So when they land on the planet's surface, like it definitely doesn't look like the way it looked in Star Wars animation, which is not lush and green. It was never like that in the animation. It was a desert in animation, but this time it has like this green texture of just like almost like an obsidian that like it's glass, which we've heard that term used several times. Emerald City. That's actually a great way, I think, to describe it, is like in terms of how it looks. But we know it's the result of them just completely torching the planet, which is sad because obviously there were people and beings that lived there, and now it's I don't want to say uninhabitable, but I think a big part of the story that's going to come out of this is like, how do we rebuild Mandalore, right? And I think it's going to be hard for them to do so, but I'm sure they'll find ways around it. I mean, look at Navarro. It turned around from like a lava planet
hotbed of humanity now.
To a place with hot springs and quite the magistrate over there. But it's we get there and R5 has to go find out if the surface is breathable. And I love how he's like pointing out to Grogu. He's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, we can watch him on like the sensor."
Yeah.
And then he's just like,
wait, that's my man.
I like.
Also, did they? Go ahead, Ceebs.
I was gonna say I liked when I guess this is right after that, but I like when Mando's getting ready to hop out of the ship, and he's like, I feel like he's like talking to me. He's like, "I'm going to lock my helmet, and you're going to wait here, and I'm going to go out and explore." It's like, man, damn, that was very step by step. What are you gonna do, man?
Explaining why he didn't walk out into the poison.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm about to pressurize my helmet." Be right back.
But also, like, where did he
I wouldn't ask.
He still has to open up the cockpit for like to get out. So is he not letting the poison in for Grogu?
Well, you heard he said, "Lock yourself in your pod."
Oh shit! Maybe.
Remember, he like got in the pod and then he locked the thing. Well, we didn't see him get in the pod, but I assume
he
just
did.
closed the hatch until he shut the door back.
Also, did it look like and I'm sure that they probably did, but did they build new puppets for him? Because I feel like he's way more expressive already this season.
Who, Grogu?
Yeah.
And he seems to have more body parts. Like he has like more motions now.
Yeah, his legs used to just be like the. Yeah, he's just now he's like flipping through the air and shit.
Yeah, he's definitely way more animated for sure.
Yeah.
Like when his ears go down. I mean, we have a whole segment where we will talk about things like this, but
way to bury the lead, Michael.
They know it's coming. They've heard the sounder. So when Din goes to find R5, he gets ambushed by these raiders.
Geico Cavemen.
The Geico Cavemen. They used to live behind Mandalore in the sewers. Apparently, they were like they couldn't get good car insurance, and they also couldn't get private real estate.
Yeah, they had...
What else? Because they didn't get car insurance, got into an accident, bankrupted them, bro. Lost all their assets.
That's why you get the podcast insurance, so that your
facts.
Your co-hosts don't die.
When you talk shit on Darth Vader. When you talk shit on Darth Vader, you be all right afterwards. For sure. But that fight scene was dope. Him still not having control of the Darksaber. I'm like, bro, well, I guess there's no one to really teach him. But
that's true, and I think that because we've seen other people. I mean, Bo-Katan uses it later in the episode, and there's other people who aren't Force users that have used it. But I think he's so cut off from the idea that he could be connected to anything other than his creed that it makes the sword heavy for him. And it's definitely more of he can't get out of his own way, and that's why the sword's still heavy, because he hasn't learned to let go a little bit and feel it out more and let his connection to the natural order of things kind of continue. and he's growing as a person. We talked about this last episode, but it's like, his growth with droids and his, wanting to be there for Grogu it's all fine and good, but I still don't like on a level he's doing it selfishly, like for his own means, and I think that maybe that's also part of it too, or is that it's like, I don't think Din's like an inherently selfish character, but like when it comes to what he is trying to accomplish, he's very like tunnel vision.
Yeah. That kind of fucked me up that you just said that, because that takes me back to like what me and Ceebs were kind of complaining about last episode. Like, it seemed like through season 1 and 2 he was kind of like self-sufficient, like he was thinking on his own. He kind of was not necessarily questioning the creed, but he wasn't like live by the creed, die by the creed. Like, there's other ways and other faiths and other
he
beliefs.
acknowledged some gray areas.
Yeah. But that's crazy, because we're talking about in this season he kind of seems like he's like, oh, please take me back. Like, I don't know what else to do with myself. Kind of off like what you were saying, Mikey. If you really think about it, in season 1 he had a purpose. Like, he was supposed to deliver Grogu, then fell in love with him, wanted to save him. And then into 2, like, he had a purpose. But like 3, he got his son, he got the Darksaber, he's not on a mission anymore, he got cast. Like, he has nothing to distract him. So it was just like, he doesn't know what else to lean on. Like, he only has the creed. Like, it's like, fuck, like, I got nothing. Like, yeah, I got my son, but it's like he just abandoned his faith too. Like what we about to do? Like, we don't got nothing. So that could, if that was done intentionally, bravo, Star Wars. Like, they'll jump in front of it. Yeah, that was always the purpose. So,
sure.
Somebody's just gotta ask a leading question, and then they'll be like, yeah.
That's exactly. I'm glad you spotted that.
I'm such a big fan of the cult-gression word that you created last week.
Cult-gression.
That I feel like it is a thing for him. Like, he's like, I think it's one of those. Well, he wasn't kicked out, but now that he knows he's kicked out and that was all he had, it's like that's all that matters, and that's what's keeping him from like really progressing as a human. That's where the lack of growth might be stemming from, because he was growing, and like look at all the friends he made in seasons 1 and 2, and now it's just like
they're all gone.
Bad contracts, bad political views, and all sorts of other things, and now they're disappeared.
Mike, we don't talk about politics on this podcast.
It's a stretch.
Damn, that's like a crazy metaphor for people that got kids. It's just like, you become friends and you're so sociable, and then you get children and they all leave you. Once you have kids, all your friends leave you. The theme of Mandalorian.
They're really cute, so.
Right. They're cute and they'll keep you company sometimes, but other than that, all your friends leave you.
I hope that's like the quote at the beginning of the next episode, like how Clone Wars does that. I hope it's like that's the next
fortune cookie.
Yeah, I hope that's it. All your friends will abandon you.
I'm suing if they put that shit up there. I am suing.
Just don't use the lawyer that the cavemen had, because they ended up in caves.
They end up in the sewers and shit.
Now I'm gonna send Matt I'm gonna edit that fortune cookie like with the Clone Wars theme music in front of the episode next week.
There you go.
No, don't watch on Disney Plus. Watch here. There's an extra scene.
I'm rolling.
There you go.
We gonna get this money one way or another.
So after Din saves R5 and brings him back to the N1, escorts him back and lets him hang out of the ship, him and Grogu decide to, make the deep dive, and we get to see the ruins of what is left of the capital of Mandalore, which is Sundari, and it's pretty fucked up. They really blew that shit up, big time.
How'd that dome stay intact? Like, how do you blow something up in a dome?
That's a good question. I feel like the dome maybe collapsed in on like the city itself.
That's a good point.
But that's the only thing I could think of, to be honest.
Because I love the outside's fucked up, the inside the dome's fucked up, but the dome ain't fucked up.
Some of the buildings are still intact.
Good structure.
Proton bombs don't melt steel beams, apparently.
There you go. Really, never mind.
Yep, I went there. Let's just talk about it. We're already there.
Nope, not me.
No, we're not gonna do it.
I mean, if you started, I'll do it. I feel like I should be the one to do it first.
You know what? All right, we'll refrain from mentioning a specific Tuesday in 2001. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Talking about the World Series, right?
Yup.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not anything that happened
World
maybe a month
Series.
before that. Okay. All right. Just a second.
Right.
Just a second.
World Series.
Not anything else with a world in front of it.
Damn.
We are the world.
We are the world. We are the people.
And
we're going to go back into the breakdown of the episode. So
there you go. That's a good place to go.
That's a clean, clean cut. Like, that's perfect.
Thank
now
you.
we can skip around that.
The deep dive into I'm leaving it in. This is a no cut podcast.
No cut.
But
we're putting this episode behind the Patreon wall. I gotta pay for this.
You gotta pay to hear the fucked up shit. All right, so we dive deeper, and Mando and Grogu got their flashlights on, and they're looking around, and there's a lot of weird creatures down deep below the city of Sundari, and I thought it was going to stop with the gators with wings, but it doesn't. It gets even worse because there's little creepy guys living inside robots at this point.
That kind of made me uncomfortable, man. I didn't like that.
I felt uncomfortable watching it too, and it's like I think it was like when the eye blinked inside of the the mechanical body. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
You can't tell me that that's not the same robot from Transformers. The guy that snuck on the Air Force One and stole the shit.
No,
that's the
that's
same
a great
robot.
Connection.
It's the same robot.
I just didn't like that he was like a horseshoe crab at the end after he got killed and then
just a big ass
scurried
eye.
off. Well, he started as the horseshoe crab.
Yeah, that was nasty.
But he's it's. I mean, I didn't know Cybertron was a part of the Star Wars universe, but I guess it is, and
it's blending the multiverse.
He just happened to take up shop in Mandalore. Also, something extra creepy is he's siphoning Mando's blood as a source of food, I guess.
Yeah, that was wild.
And he drugs him. He drugs Mando at the jump. I don't know if you watched it. Yeah, I watched it a couple times, and he stabs, and I'm like, oh my god, he just roofied him. He roofied Mando
twice.
I was not a fan.
Mando was probably tripping like crazy though. He's probably having an awesome time.
That's why his vision was so blurry. He's like, I can't see shit.
He's like, I know I'm probably about to die, but this is fucking great. If I get out of this, I gotta ask him who his guy is.
So Grogu is trying to get the supply for himself, clearly, because he's following them back into the drug den. And then Din's like, nah, man, that's a bad trip. Go get Bo-Katan.
He said, go find the dealer. Yeah, that was the one
I don't
part
feel
of the
so
episode.
Good.
Yeah, so when I honestly I did not enjoy the pacing of that scene. How he they just did the same scene twice, just him and Bo-Katan switch. I get the imagery and whatnot. But it's it felt like wasted time. You could have put so much more into this episode than just that. They literally take the same exact route, same path, same stopping point, same monster in the pipe, same conversation beats. Literally just did it up when Grogu went up and back. I'd have been mad as shit if I was Grogu. Damn, I gotta do this shit. It's like when you was a kid in summertime and you wanted to walk the Wawa that was far as shit, and then you feel accomplished, and then you remember you gotta walk back. It's fuck. Damn.
I get your frustration with the scene, but I'm gonna hold my criticism a little bit because I feel like we are learning more about Bo-Katan through these conversations with Grogu a little bit, and that it's and her similarities to Din as opposed to just who she is as a character. And I think that I might feel better about them going through those same steps if she really does have a more pivotal role throughout the series. But if she disappears after the next episode, then I'm gonna be
I feel
why are we doing this?
She's gotta hang around, right? Because she went from when his ship landed, she's like, oh fuck this motherfucker, to all right, yeah, I guess she's in danger. It's was that just because they went to Mandalore and came back alive, and she's just curious, or what's that about?
I don't know. She doesn't hesitate to go help.
No.
Which is another weird thing where it's like...
Because she was about to fuck him up.
Yeah. Well, the previous episode, he's like, make up your mind. And it's like, I think she's having a very existential crisis at the moment.
She got abandoned by her whole squad.
She's getting bored sitting like this for...
Yeah, right. She got you saw she switched it up, got the blanket next to her now for comfort. This shit was real uncomfortable.
She's got a weighted blanket.
Yeah. That plugs in. That shit heats up. But nah. Oh, I flip-flopped again. I'm not upset at the Bo-Katan not aging thing anymore.
All right, walk me through it. Then people need to hear.
I forgot that she was in an episode of Rebels and still had like the red hair and whatnot. Yeah. And since Rebels isn't too far away time-wise from Mandalorian, they've just made the decision not to age her up across of all of Star Wars. It wasn't just lazy casting, so not upset anymore.
Is there anything else you want us to tell people so that we can continue the Horny Star Wars podcast?
About her?
Yeah.
She's doing great.
She gets a big gold star from me.
She gets a big old gold star, and you can see her titties in the Riddick movie. There you go. That's something for the fellas. This episode is sponsored by Bang Energy.
Like, paste it in.
There you go. This is the real.
The content creates itself.
Bow. I mean, bang.
Bow.
Bang.
Bang.
That's a low budget version that we're currently sponsored.
So we don't get sued. Bow Energy.
Bow Energy. Yeah.
Bow Energy. But yeah, Bo-Katan's coming back to go save Mando. Proceed.
Mm-hmm. So with her going through all the previous steps, we get some nice hints. I used to fight along some Jedi. Oh, you have? Cut to montage of her fighting with Obi-Wan, Ahsoka,
I was waiting for
Kanan.
it. I was waiting for some type of. I was waiting for some type of flashback scene.
Yeah, I know, right? I was kind of hoping we would. They had Ewan on set. They had to have had Ewan on set
Can't
for like
have
something. But so it is interesting that it's like this Mandalorian who was kind of like the first to, other than her sister, like bridge the gap of two factions that have been historically warring with each other for a long time. Like
that's true.
I love in season 2 when Mando says, a Jedi and a Mandalorian, they'll never see it coming, even though it's happened several times prior to that happening. But it's like every time it does happen, it's always a great time. So I'm here for the team ups.
So it is.
And she makes her way down there, and we get to see her use the Darksaber and her little energy shield.
She's a natural, man.
I know, she kills it. And the action sequences in this episode, they do not miss. Din's fight with the Geico guys, her fight with the robot, like it's awesome. And we finally get him freed, and Bo-Katan, I'm shocked that she gives the saber back to him so willingly. I thought they might have I thought that was an opportunity for them to maybe hesitate and show that hey, she's still reeling over this, but
I thought they were gonna I thought they were gonna had a loophole, since the bug bull technically disarmed him, it's his now, and then she got it from him. I thought that she might have tried to legal loophole. Yeah, he took it off you.
What's the deal? Is she allowed to use that, or it's just it's just not hers, right?
It's not hers right now.
Yeah, by their rules,
right?
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure Gideon didn't fight nobody for that. Moff definitely just took that. Just took that shit.
For sure.
Right. But I do like how efficient she was with it. They did a really good job in this show. I think it was from watching Din cut himself in the Book of Boba Fett. I be getting so nervous when they be swinging that shit. I'm like, wait. You're going to cut yourself. Stop. They've done a really good job at making the Darksaber, look very dangerous. Lightsabers are super elegant, and I never worried about anybody fucking up and shit. But when they be swinging that Darksaber, I'm like, wait, you're gonna get hurt.
It's a different looking blade. Coming off of it's very chaotic.
It's a giant edged knife blade.
Yes,
it makes it look so much more dangerous.
100%. That thing's a fucking space machete. It's not just a regular lightsaber.
Fact though.
So yeah, the danger associated with it is very real, and they do a great job of showing it, like you said. I'm throwing this out there, but is there any feeling like they might be leading towards them sharing the Darksaber and like maybe forming some sort of union, whether that be romantic or not, like to rule Mandalore? It feels like that could be why they are like showing the similarities between the two of them, and like them bonding over moments of dialogue, like when she's talking about her father and stuff like that later in the episode. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think that like that tracks, or do you think that it's definitely going to go in a different direction where someone else ends up becoming the ruler of Mandalore?
I feel like that I could definitely see them doing that. I wouldn't want them to do it solely because that's literally the plot of The Witcher. That's literally like when Geralt and what was her name? God, Yennefer. That was gonna bother me. Like in season 2, did y'all watch The Witcher? For I just go out here just telling shit. Okay,
go for it. I'm not.
So a super duper dumbed down explanation is it's pretty much the same thing. So Geralt of Rivia and Yennefer, they're like literally like not different factions, but like what he is as a Witcher and what she is like I can't remember what like her people are called. They don't really fuck with each other, and they kind of have like this will they won't they energy in all of season 1, and then in season 2 like out of love for like a mutual kid who's like a big part of the show. So I'm gonna like tell y'all all that shit because they both want to like protect her and keep her safe, and because they have like had like a weird thing, they kind of like form like that odd couple, let's figure it out, form a super group type shit. And then that literally was just like a year ago maybe. So it's like only because that would like mirror that for me, and I'd be like, I've seen this already recently.
Can you imagine if that was unfolding? Like the writers of like they're already shooting season 3 of Mandalorian and they're watching that, they're like, these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers.
We can't rewrite the script now.
We just shot this shit.
Who the fuck said something? But yeah, but I could see that. But it's I don't know, because I also don't want them to now, because we've seen them have like this moment. I don't know if Din saw the was it a Mythosaur?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if he saw it or if he was knocked out. Now that they've had that moment together, I feel like that'd be super telegraphed to make her like the bad guy this season now. Like make her like want to turn on him to get the saber. I'd be like, ew, that was lazy. Like that. Like
no, I think that they're
choice.
Allies. I don't think she's going to be the big bad.
I don't either. At least
no matter how complicated their relationship gets, I think there's always going to be a mutual respect between the two. Otherwise, she wouldn't go headfirst into the waters to save him.
Damn, she just got abandoned by her people, didn't feel abandoned by his people. Trauma bond.
Yep.
Here it comes.
Trauma bond is on the way. you might have cracked the code, Mikey.
Trauma bond.
I'm just trying to read the tea leaves in the Mando soup. So.
Nah, that tracks. I can see that now. I don't know if they'll necessarily share it though. I wouldn't be surprised if they form an alliance and he like gives it to her. I don't think he's gonna keep that. Not just because like we don't really know its whereabouts past a certain point in Star Wars.
I don't think she'll accept it like that again.
Oh right, let that way.
Sabine gives it to her, and that's how she acquired it last time.
Right.
I mean, he tried to give it to her, and she was like,
"Do we know how she lost it? Did she mention that in season 1? Like how she lost
I don't
it? Was
think,
that like a
so we haven't seen it, but I think that pretty much what happens, and they allude to it, is that in the Purge, where they completely decimate Mandalore, Moff Gideon takes it from them.
Got it. That makes sense.
So
that makes sense.
Definitely. So let's talk. I mean, we talked about the waters and like there's the myth behind it, where like the Mythosaur lived in the waters, and we've known them as extinct up until this point. But like, I wasn't surprised to see it. I feel like it was like inevitably leading to it, but that was
fire.
I was not ready for the scale of the Mythosaur to be that big. To me, it screams not like season finale, but like when the series eventually is wrapping up.
The penultimate.
Someone's riding the fucking Mythosaur, right? Like I feel like
I feel that way.
Yeah.
I feel that way too. But it's so big. I feel like because it's so big. That's what I was just gonna say. Because it's so big. Like they might Game of Thrones.
As long as the Mythosaur is not like ultimately as useless as the dragons are in Game of Thrones, I'm in. I'm in.
I feel like it might be, but it really depends on like they did an amazing job animating the crate dragon. I mean, they dedicated like an IMAX rig to that episode in season 2. I wonder if they have it in them again to do it, like, especially with Din in such bad shape. Like, are they just going to be running from it the entire next episode? Like, I'm really, like, they keep me guessing, for sure. I always feel like I have, like, a grasp of it, and, like, yeah, I definitely think that, like, the Mythosaur is going to be tamed and ridden by somebody. That's my, like, initial feeling on it, but, like, how do we get to that point? And I don't think it can happen in an episode.
Taruk Makto, it's about to be Avatar out this bitch. They about to
we don't talk about that movie here.
I love Avatar.
Hate it.
Do you really?
Down to the core of my being, dude.
Like, just the new one or both, or just
both
the first one?
It's the most unoriginal movie franchise of all time. I just don't understand how the guy who made Titanic can make such a heaping pile of dog shit.
You guys are talking about the blue people. I thought you meant the M. Night Shyamalan classic.
I would never talk about that.
I don't even acknowledge that exists.
Yeah. After The Last Airbender, the show is amazing, but the Dave Filoni
hold on.
The Last Airbender.
Hold on. I know the Oscars.
Bring it back to Star Wars.
I know the Oscars are this week. Is Avatar nominated for Best Picture?
I don't think it came out in time. I think it would be next year.
Oh, I thought it was nominated for something, and I was like shocked to see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It will definitely get a VFX nomination.
Oh yeah, it always.
But I mean, like one of the main categories. I swore it was it was kind of disgusting.
I wouldn't make it one of those.
Yeah,
it's rare they like because you know the Academy can be super snobbish.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't usually ever like put like summer blockbusters up for like contention.
They got to pick movies that like you probably didn't see that you have to like watch for the Oscars. So
facts.
Yeah, sorry for the sidebar there, Mike.
No, it's fine. I think it's natural for us to talk about cinema, and, you know, what better way to talk about terrible movies than to bring up Avatar? I don't know.
We'll talk about it. I feel like we can stay here for a while.
The logo for the first movie was using the papyrus font. As a designer, I literally can't let it slide. Are we drinking tea or are we watching a movie? I just need...
Yes.
You tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, man, why can't you do both?
That's your answer, yes. Are you drinking tea or watching the movie? Yes.
Why don't we just rip off the fucking Matrix Revolutions mechs and just grab the assets and bring them right into the movie instead of making up our own thing?
I'm sure the Wachowski brothers are honored to have been thieved by James Cameron. They dream to have been thieved.
We need a MacGuffin for the film. We need the humans to want something. What should we call it? That's really
Unobtainium?
hard. Unobtainium. Wow.
Fuck that. Fuck that. No, don't do that. The Mythosaur. Oh shit! I wonder if it's real.
Stop it right now.
the Mythosaur.
Unobtainium, Matt. Unobtainium.
Look, they're equally bad.
I having never seen Avatar, I have to agree that they're both pretty stupid.
Okay.
That's terrible. What are we going to name this legendary mythological beast of our lore? I know, the Mythosaur. But then I feel like once you discover it, it's not a myth anymore. So like
they got to change the name now.
You got to change the name.
That's Karl. That's it.
Mythosaur.
That's Karl.
Karl.
That's Karl. Karl.
What's up?
Yeah. I think we found the episode title.
Karl the Mythosaur.
His name is Karl. The big red Mythosaur. Karl the big red Mythosaur.
There it is, Karl the big red Mythosaur. That's the name of this episode.
That's perfect, Mike.
Sure.
Make them go all the way to the end until they know what the hell the episode title's about. I like
that. Right. So we didn't place any bets. The prop on Grogu joining Din in the waters for his bath, which I honestly was kind of hoping that this would be an extended joke where he didn't actually take the bath for the entire season, but we were wrong.
Every time he goes to put his foot in, catastrophe strikes. He's like,
yeah, that forces him to like, oh no, I gotta run to other planet.
Gotta do this real quick. His cell phone goes off just as he's getting in. Shit.
You know,
Kirby's Kitchen Towel Plus.
You know, it didn't smell like.
I appreciate y'all for
ass,
getting
right?
that reference. You said what smells like
you
ass?
guys know Din smells like ass, right? If he doesn't take his armor off when he bathes. Like,
Fact.
I thought he was gonna go in like full strips with like just his helmet on.
Just the helmet.
Oh man,
But
now I'm a
no.
little jealous that he. No, not jealous. I'm a little upset that he didn't.
For a second, I was like, "Damn, he's about to just bear it all."
Yeah, when he took like his guns out the holster
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, I thought he was about to just all right, let's do it.
I was like, I don't remember.
Took his
seeing
guns out of
a nudity
holster so he
warning.
could let his other gun hang out. Am I right?
Oh.
There you go. There you go. Let's
Oh.
get the people what they want.
He said bow bow.
Ow.
Bow bow bow. Sponsored by Bow.
Bow.
Hilarious.
Damn.
I really hope that the majority of our audience has seen This Is the End, because otherwise they're not going to get the several bang bangs that I've made over the course of this.
So
this
pause the episode, go watch it now, and then come back and play.
You'll appreciate it a lot more.
And just in case,
Jonah Hill was in his element in that movie.
just in case they do that, a Star Wars podcast. Someone will come back.
There you go. There you go.
Well, now that we've reached the end of the episode and talked about Karl the Mythosaur,
the big red,
the big red
Big
Mythosaur, children's books
Trademark.
written for centuries.
TM that bad boy.
Oh, best believe. We are going to go into our favorite segment here at Annie, Are You Okay? Hit the sounder.
It's Baby Yoda's cutest faces.
I would like to see the baby.
A Star Wars oh shit. Damn.
Oh, God. I think, what are we, 45 minutes in? Scrap it. We'll do it again. We'll do it live.
Fuck it, just keep going.
All right. Well, so Grogu seeing fireworks. Oh, wait, hold on. Grogu force jump flipping out of the N1.
Yeah, how is like the triple front flip not the first thing?
I'm sorry. I just
Come on, man.
all I can think of is how big his eyes were seeing all the fireworks on Boonta Eve.
I was going to make the
fair.
joke again, but I probably would have started choking again. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably a good thing that you did.
learned my lesson.
you can't chance that again. Man.
I learned my lesson. Yeah, no. The fact that Grogu flip every time he gets out, he flips. I find it hilarious. Like he doesn't just hop out. I was like, I got to do the double somersault, stick the
So
landing.
you guys think he landed like the first one and it was like notice people like, and now he's doing it like every time. He's like, you guys see that shit?
1,000%. Like when
if you can do it, flaunt it, right?
you know, like when he was in isolation with Luke, he was just doing it for himself, so he didn't really care.
Yeah.
But then the one time he did it, not thinking about it, it was like, oh shit, clapping. He's like, oh, y'all like that?
He's like,
all right, yeah.
It just turns into the backflip guy. That's all people know him for.
Every high school had one. Every high school had one for sure.
Well, I feel like every middle school also had like, oh man, that kid can dunk. Like
I was that kid.
Mac grew at a very young
I
age.
did.
To be,
I've been.
How tall are you? Like 6'7"?
No, I'm like 6'1.5".
I know. I'm just. To me, everyone looks like 6'7" because I'm fucking.
the Mythosaur.
The Mythosaur.
The
you feel me?
Mythosaur. Karl the Mythosaur.
You feel me?
The big
red.
Big red
Big red
Mythosaur.
Mythosaur. Karl. But yeah, what else that Grogu's doing? That same scene when he like spoke word, it wasn't really a word.
Yeah.
But she was like, she took credit. He said my name.
Yeah. We talked about earlier about how he's like more expressive, but I feel like he's more vocal this season too.
He's like growing up a little. He's like, I don't know what, like 400 years old.
I was about to say it's hilarious.
He's a toddler.
It's hilarious because he's like 87, but
Yeah.
What else was a good one?
Well, I liked when his ears were down, being all sad Grogu when R5 disappeared.
Oh yeah, and he's pointing. He was like pointing, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
where my
guy.
my man's
How about
going?"
that? How about that whole escape when Dan was tripping his balls off? And he's like, "Go find Bo-Katan."
Go
He's just
find the
like,
dealer. He's steering and shit.
was awesome.
That was hilarious. That was fun.
I like that all of us put our hands up.
Yeah, nah,
that might be great.
That's and then it was funny because like the little dinosaur John was following him the whole time.
Yeah,
that shit was funny.
That thing, and it came out of a tube. It was just like Mario Kart.
Yo, 1000%. That was Rainbow Road. Like I know Rainbow Road when I see it. That was another cute part when he went back to Bo-Katan's house and she was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Blah blah blah blah," and she's just like, "Yo, download the droid." Like I'm not doing this. Like download the droid.
Also, he like growled at her a couple times.
Yeah, facts.
She was like, "I used to know Jedi," and he's like,
she's like, I know what your kind used to get into. Fuck out of here.
"You think you're the only one who can backflip?"
Damn, I wonder if like Luke, I would imagine in those times, because we've said that there might have been a couple years that passed between the end of season 2 and like when he shows back up in Book of Boba Fett, because Grogu had to have been getting trained for some time. Like he had to be with Luke. I wonder if Luke like told him about like Boba Fett. Like he was just like, all Mandalorians ain't cool like your dad.
Yeah, that's actually like, well, it's always, and I think Ceebs and I referenced this like way back when, but like, can you imagine them like passing like at the end of Mando season 2, like Luke showing up and like Boba Fett comes in and like crossing paths. You'd be like, wait a second,
like, well, yeah, how's
the guy who fucking
how's that chest from getting kicked, my friend? How you breathing these days?
Yo, if I was Boba, I'd be like,
a hell of a way to go.
I got to take damn milk baths every damn day because of you, bro. Them damn bacta tanks stink. They never tell you that part. I'm in there every day because of you.
I have nightmares every time I get in there.
Yo ass. Damn, what was we calling his dreams that he was having in there?
Back to the Future.
Nah, it wasn't that. I don't remember. It'll randomly hit me as we're having this conversation.
It will. Don't hesitate to bring it up.
I'm gonna just shout it when I remember.
Yeah, please do. A Star Wars podcast.
Yeah, it is. Oh boy.
Oh, I think that's all of Grogu's or Baby Yoda's cutest moments. We do have another segment which. Reluctantly, I have not made a sounder for because I can't think of something funny enough to make it for yet. But we are bringing back Ask Me Anything.
Hey.
I don't know, maybe like something where it's like a game.
You gotta do like the Price is Right music.
Yeah. It's time for Ask Me Anything. Thanks. All right, that's the sounder.
Bang.
Bow.
Good friend of mine.
By my fault. Damn. Bow. Sorry, bang. Bow.
We're working up the bang.
We're figuring it out. We're not at bang yet. We almost there.
A good friend of mine, Owen Sothra, asks, why did people just assume Mandalore was radioactive for so long? And that's a great question. And I think that, the fact that nobody's been going there and like all
flashback to
Matt, we lost you for a second.
Oh, you lost it?
No, we didn't.
Oh shit, we'll find out. It cut out from you started screaming it
flash,
into the thing, and I lost all
a flashback. That's what we were calling them. Oh, that was bothering me.
All right, back to Owen's Ask Me Anything. Can you tell I'm trying to get this shit branded?
Look, keep saying it. Bow.
I'll keep saying
bow.
it. Bow. Bang, bang, bow. But the surface of Mandalore, it's not poisoned. It's a planet. It's there. People know about it, and all of the Mandalorians just decided, no, we can't go back there. Like whether they're the children of the Watch, they're with Bo-Katan. Like, why aren't people returning to this planet? Like I would. Yes, they glassed it, but like, there's got to be Beskar there. I'm sure there's plenty of things that like pirates could plunder. Like, it is weird that the only thing we're seeing are essentially cavemen and lizards and weird robots with eyeballs kind of hanging out there. So do you guys think that there's more people like on Mandalore that we're just not aware of, or is it completely abandoned and we don't really have good plot points to describe why no one has returned in some time?
Didn't they say that makes that part kind of confuses me, because between last week and then saying this week that she was right, has Bo-Katan been back to Mandalore at some point in time? Because like she kind of was saying like
I feel like she alludes to it, but she hasn't actually, and then she tells him it's cursed and poisoned, and it's like, well, which is it?
Well, she said it wasn't poison. She was like, there's nothing there. And then remember when he gets on the planet, he was like, oh shit, she was right. So I was like, well, she's been chilling there? Like, she be going back there to reminisce?
I don't know. And then I get why she hasn't gone back, but it does kind of bother me that Sabine from Rebels like never like goes to Mandalore after she made such a big deal of like freeing her father and like kind of like redeeming her clan's and family's name on Mandalore. I feel like if they don't touch on that in the Ahsoka series, it's going to be a huge missed opportunity, because there are quite a few Mandalorians who, outside of Bo-Katan, that we're aware of from Rebels that I'm like, well, where's this person? And where's this person? Like, did they die in the Purge? I would love to know. Fen Rao, Protector of Concord Dawn, is a big part of Rebels. Never mentioned. Sabine's brother, father, and mother, all in Rebels. Very loyal to Bo-Katan. Not mentioned. Like,
that's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, so I would like to know what's going on with House Wren.
Well, we know where Sabine at. You know, Ezra said, I'm counting on you.
Yeah.
She busy.
Yeah, exactly. Sabine's on Lothal. I got that. But, like, what's going on with the rest of her family, and, like, are we going to see them this season? And maybe that's going to be another hint towards the fact that we're getting closer to...
That'd be dope.
You know, the character arcs of people like Ahsoka, Sabine, Ezra, and the rest of the Ghost crew, like Hera and maybe even Zeb, who knows?
And you mentioned in our text thread today, like, I didn't expect him to have hopped in the water in the second episode. I have no idea where this is going.
That felt like this was going to be like 6 episodes of like, I need to take a shower. But like, the second one, damn, man.
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, I would imagine an immediate reaction to the Mythosaurs the next episode. But I'm like, I have no idea where this is going now, and I like it. I like that I don't really have an idea. I'm with the shits, because you gotta imagine Team Rocket's probably gonna show back up. They're probably gonna,
for sure,
pop back up.
Go blasting off again. Great question, Owen. I'm kind of hoping that they answer this a little more as the series progresses. I'd like to know a little bit more about why it's been so taboo for everyone outside of Mandalorians to really be there, because
probably some billionaire has like a vacation home and he paid to like spread the rumor, like, yo, do not go there.
He found oil in the ground. He's like, oh yeah, poison, stay away.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Now he dresses up as a robot bug monster to scare kids off his property.
Go on, get it. Ooh. Yikes.
Someone's gonna clip that out.
Oh god.
That's going to be the only thing we trend for, Mike. Thanks.
Listen, Ceebs, we bleeped out your one really bad thing last time. I'm going to bleep this
out. New risque Star Wars podcast.
Canceled on episode 2.
We gotta come into the next one all wearing like velvet smoking jackets and shit.
Fact though.
Welcome to Star Wars. A horny Star Wars.
Star Wars.
We'll actually say it in unison that time.
Facts.
Nah, we won't. We'll try.
Star Wars. It's gonna be great. But that question could realistically be answered in the next episode. Like, if Den's just like, everybody thought this shit was poison. How come you ain't think it was poison? What you been hiding, woman?
Yeah, we need more dialogue around this.
How long have people been able to come here?
Until we do.
Because I would imagine, like, the people of the watch, like, who are like homeless, I feel like if they knew they could go back, they might try to go back and start anew.
Yeah,
like,
they might want to at least have that option, right?
Right. At least let me choose not to go back. Like, maybe I like being homeless. Not paying property tax is kind of dope. Like, who knows?
I do think it's funny that it's like it got glassed like while Mando was, I think, like a teenager from like a timeline perspective, and so it's like, and I love how he's like, I've never been there. I grew up there on that planet. Okay, well then why does Mandalore itself? Well, I guess we know why, because he wants to bathe in the waters. But like, why is this important to you then? Because it doesn't feel like it is, other than finding redemption.
No, nothing else.
No.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Karl, the big red mythosaur, can bring back some good cult aggression for him, and he can be on his way back to the armor and unite all the clans of Mandalore or something. I don't know where these things are going.
I got a question for you.
We're running out of... Oh, yeah, hit me with your question, but the last thing I guess I wanted to say there was, like, I've watched the trailers extensively, and they used a lot of clips from episodes 1 and 2, so I think we literally are flying blind into the rest of this shit.
I'm not mad.
I'm for it, man.
All right, so yes or no? Does the mythosaur telepathically or physically, does it talk? Do we hear it talk?
Oh, I hope not, but
I think
wouldn't
it's
be surprised.
No. I think Grogu will communicate.
That's what I'm saying. Either telepathically or verbally. Do we hear? Does it have a voice? Like, do we hear someone?
Like a Smaug type thing. I think that it'll be really interesting to find out, but I do feel like the answer is it will not speak.
I think you're gonna see communication, but not hear anything.
But they won't say the words. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a safe bet. I'ma just.
I like to play it safe.
There you go.
I was gonna say Ceebs is like they're gonna do parcel tongue, but it's gonna be mythosaur.
Yeah. That's actually Grogu's first word earlier in the episode was a
they was
foreshadowing
mythosaurian. Like foreshadowing. I'm gonna say so. I want to say that no, but just to be different, take a shot in the dark. I'm gonna say it talks to Grogu telepathically. I'm gonna say they have a conversation. We'll see.
I hope he's got such a stupid voice.
No, it's gonna be a terrible voice. Nah, that's why I'm kind of like.
It's me, Karl.
That would be
Mando just cuts his head off. He's like, no way.
We're not doing this.
I don't care. I don't care what he's got to say.
I'm just in a prostate. Just gonna be a prostate. I'm cool.
Well, gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to talk Mando Season 3, Chapter... Oh, fuck.
2?
It's episode 2. I don't know what chapter.
Chapter
2. 18.
Episode 2. Oh, shit, I forgot the chapters never stop.
My guy.
Whoops.
Thank you.
Whoops.
I have no idea if that's right. I feel like that's right. I have no idea.
It sounds legit.
No.
It sounds legit.
I'm loading up Disney Plus
there you
right
go.
now, so I guess we're going to find out. We'll leave it in. It's a no-cut podcast, except for when we say things that are, chapter 18.
Hey.
Look at Ceebs.
Coming in.
I do my homework.
Coming in clutch. Oh, hey, you did just watch the episode.
Right before we recorded it.
I tell you, the only reason I know that is because I was like loading up Disney Plus, and I was like, Chapter 2, what the fuck? I was like, oh, I'm on Season 1.
I deadass just did the same thing with Bad Batch like last week. I was like, wait, the fuck? How they blowing up Camino again? When did the shit grow back? I'm like,
they build fast out here.
Them damn Kamamamanoans. They be moving quick.
Now I can't. I'm gonna hear Kaminoan every time.
Kamamamanoans. It's hard to say.
Dead Tonwee here. Dead Tonwee.
Yo, when y'all went on that Moana rant, when I tell you, I was dying laughing.
I can't believe we went through an entire thing about taking a bath without me not once saying "Don't get either."
Bro, I know. So y'all, and it's funny because I think that was the first. Randomly, that was like the first episode I listened to. Fucking hilarious, bro. Because Moana's like my shit, and I think I had just watched it recently, and I was like, oh.
Well, Matt, what can we say except you're welcome?
Yeah, hey, I see what's happening here.
That's got to be a mic drop, right? That's it.
I guess so. We're out.
You just missed that I followed up with the second part of the song, but it's fine.
Oh, damn.
Sorry.
It's fine.
You have children.
It shows that we're completely frauds about that movie.
The kids that sneak and listen to this, they're like, shit, I get the reference.
Oh, he did.
That's the thing.
No,
That's the
I'll
thing.
leave it in there, but I'll cut the episode. Like
Much obliged. Good shit, brothers. Well, did we miss? Not really. We got everything. Is there anything else we wanted to cover?
I don't think so, man. I think we're solid.
Take us out of here, Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Oh, you right. Let's close this out. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at Annie, are you okay? I have been Mikey, your human holocron. That's right, you can find me at Mikey_the_illest on Instagram. I really post about all the podcast ventures we got going on. Please follow us over at Dragon Ball for Life. That is DB4L_pod. And Matt and Ceebs, tell them where they can find you, tell them what you're up to so that we can, get you more exposure here. I want people to know what you got going on.
Yes, so I am 2Pod Poppy, so when you don't find me here, you can definitely find me on the DB4L podcast. And like Mikey said, DB4L_pod on all socials. You can find me on _menace2 sobriety. That is the number 2, not spelled out. I have been Rogue One, always checking in, a.k.a. Mr. Matthew Porter, a.k.a. Broby1 Kenobi. And we got Cospalooza. April 22nd, Philadelphia.
I can't believe I forgot.
April 22nd, Philadelphia, at Milk Boy on Chestnut Street.
Ooh.
Get your tickets now because they are selling out.
$10.
They are
selling out.
rapidly.
$10. Music from the 90s, early 2000s, some of your anime favorites. We have curated quite the playlist for you. Dress up as whatever character you want to.
Yep.
That is not just anime, but Star Wars, Marvel. If you want to be Vin Diesel, I don't care.
Family.
Like just be there and say something about family.
Money
Feel
comes
like
and
I
goes.
do.
We all know that.
Ceebs, where can they find you on social media? What do you got going on?
I'm 1Pod Poppy. This is all I do. It's Ceebs04 on Instagram. I haven't really used Twitter, honestly, in a long time, and it's usually just
Since the Elon Musk
insane rants, so you don't want to follow me there anyway.
He said it.
That's it. That's all I got.
I'm around. He said I'm around. Hey,
He does things.
said if you catch me,
He has sports
me.
opinions from time to time.
Catch
All right, this has been Annie, Are You Okay? A
Podcast.
Yes.
Got him.
And
Bow bow.
audio here, you know,
Bow bow.
Oh, now I can't cut any of this out. All right. We will see you next week talking Mando again, and feel free to hit us up with your Ask Me Anythings. Always looking for more ways to interact with you guys. Take care, and may the force be with you.
And with you.